Welcome back. Do not wear your pretty little faces. I got the stinking upgrade from Chill Penguin's level, so we are in good standing. AI. Yeah. Oh, FYI, there was actually a coin term based on Spark Mandrill back in the day. They called it Spark Mandrill Syndrome, which is basically meant to describe when you have something that, you know, like a weakness or just something in general to, like, counteract something that is so overpowering to, you know, whatever you're fighting that it, like, it makes the fight, like, you know, nothing, pretty much. Like, it effectively cripples whatever you're facing. As you saw with Spark Mandrill getting continuously put into ice. But anyway, yeah. As I was saying now, back in the day, they canceled 3 Mega Man games within the span of a year. The first, of course, was Legends. After that, there was this one thing called Mega Man Universe, which it was pretty much just... It was Mario Maker, but Mega Man, pretty much. Where you could make, you know... You made Mega Man levels, and you could mix and match parts in it, actually, to, like, come up with unique characters. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna have this guy with, like, Mega Man's head, but, you know, like, he's gonna have Air Shooter, like, Airman's torso, and, like, Quickman's legs, stuff like that. And they also did, like, the Mario Maker thing, where, you know how you could use Amiibo to put in characters that wouldn't typically be in Mario? They did that with a bunch of Capcom characters. Like, I know the 2 big ones they showed off were Ryu, of course, from Street Fighter, and then also Arthur from Ghouls and Goblins, or Ghosts and Goblins, whichever, you know. Those really hard games. And then I hear they were also doing, like, there was, like, some weird Japanese mascot was another one they were talking about putting in, and, like, I think also, like, the, you know, dinosaurs from Bubble Bobble. It was, like... It was just a bunch of crazy stuff. They were going all out, and then they just mysteriously canceled it, which... There's a part of me that wonders if they regret that, like, a lot, because, like, Mario Maker, at least the first one, was a huge success. I mean, technically, Mega Man had already done level editors before, for Mega Man Powered Up, which we'll never see a sequel to, I don't think. There was a level editor in that. I'd love to I'd love to see another Powered Up. This would have taken so much less time had I just stayed on the damn thing, but I want that extra life that I probably won't end up using. Okay. Yep. I have a plan! No! Kill him! Oh my gosh, I thought it'd take a little more than that. Yeah, you blow him up in time or just get ahead of him, and you get this baby right here. Very nice. But yeah. The third one they did was like this crazy online my fingers. My stupid, stupid fingers. Could I please get another pair of fingers, please? These obviously aren't up to the task. But yeah, just stand behind him and you do this. But yeah, it was like this crazy thing, Rockman Online, where you made your own character based off of existing characters. And they picked, like, some really weird ones. Like, the main one was, you know, obviously, like, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but they had X-Zero. And then they put in for, like, the third character, Duo from Mega Man 8. And then, like, the fourth one they announced, which it made a lot of sense, they put in a healing character, Cinnamon, from Mega Man, you know, like, X Command Mission. And it was one of those things, it's like, yeah, that makes sense, you're, like, filling roles and everything, right? But it was still pretty crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, damn it. Are you flippin', dippin', kidding me? I don't actually need that anymore, because I can just shoot him now, and since I'm not doing super well, I might want to save it for when I die like a loser. Oh, I can shoot him even when he's in the ball now. Why am I not doing that? No, I'm gonna shoot some random. Hello! Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my son time. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, it was one of the, like, the other neat thing about it was they, like, I think they kept the Mavericks that you were fighting relatively the same, but they had a bunch of Robot Masters in it. You know what? I'll probably recharge it then. But they had them, like, redesigned so that it was, like, you know, it was, like, Supercut Man. Or Super, like, Pharaoh Man, and they showed stuff like that. And that was another one that they had working, because people played, like, a demo, but I don't know, it just got canceled. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Aye, this is gonna be a bit trickier than I thought. But yeah, it was really cool. I was really looking forward to it, but like the other thing is it was by like a Korean company, so it wasn't like it was Capcom themselves paying to develop this game. I think they just licensed it. So it was probably easier for them to pull the plug on that than like anything else. I can't believe it. I dodge him every time except the one time it matters. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, they canceled those, and that kinda, it seemed really targeted. Capcom's made, like, a lot of, like, especially right around then, they made, like, some very questionable decisions. Like, one of the other things they did was, they put out, like... Excuse me? They put out, like, whatchamacallit, like, a collection for Darkstalkers, because people wanted a new Darkstalkers game, and they're like, if they don't... Yeah, if fans don't buy this game that they've, like, literally packaged, like, you know, at least a half dozen times, right? Then they don't want a new game, and it's like, they already have these games. They probably have them on multiple systems. Why would they buy it again? But, you know, they looked at the Darkstalkers thing and they're like, nobody wants this. Nobody bought the remake that we re-released. And so they just did what Capcom did best and just pretty much went back to repackaging various Street Fighter games. Which I think is a big reason why I don't much care for Street Fighter. Because, yeah, there seems to be a lot of times where they'll just be like, well... Street Fighter, that's all people want. I think that was also around the time that they made the really questionable, like, Marvel versus Capcom Ultimate decisions. Where they released, like, a $60 game. And then, like, 10 months later, they re-released the game as an Ultimate Edition for, like, I think it was only $40 the second time. But... it had, like, a bunch of extra characters in it. And, like, the thing was, if you had the regular version of the game, and you're like, well, I don't want to buy it again, you couldn't just buy the new characters. Right? I don't know what that 100 medal is, but okay. You couldn't just be like, well, I just want to, you know, I don't want to buy the $40 game again, just let me pay for, like, you know, $20 for, like, the new characters or whatever. No, you had to buy the whole thing again. The interesting thing was there was 2 DLC characters for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Sean Garoth and Jill Valentine. And if you bought them for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you would still have them for Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate. Which was an interesting twist. It still doesn't really excuse, you know, their bullcrap, but it's an interesting twist. So yeah. Capcom for like a while was just, I don't know. I boycotted Capcom for like years. In that time, like when I was boycotting it, I think I bought their games like twice. Once I bought a used copy of like an Ace Attorney game, like the Miles Edgeworth spin-off one. And my logic was, I want to play it, but I don't want Capcom to get any of the money. Which is why, yeah, like, that was, like, the one exception. Other than the other exception was pretty much, like, my ruling was, if they, you know, like, I'll buy Capcom games again if they come out with, like, a new Mega Man game. And then they came out with a Mega Man, like, the collection for, like, the Game Boy Advance, not the Game Boy, the 3DS. Where they put it in there with, like, absolutely all of the bugs. They're like, we want it to be authentic. But yeah, I figured, because I heard about, like, they did the stinking thing with the Darkstalkers before that. And there was a part of me that's just like, well, what if the same happens for Mega Man? What if the only way I can get them to make a new Mega Man game is if I buy this collection that probably isn't as good as the one I already have for the GameCube. And so that was the reason I bought that. Yeah, right here. Do I wanna... This is... Yeah, one of the worst things in the stinking game. Actually, do I wanna just... I don't know. Die. No, again! Do I just want a damage boost through him? You know, I might. Yeah, I might have a strategy, okay? I hope you can all believe me when I say that. This won't work! Why does that exist? It's like, I feel like that is, like, the only thing that I might have, yeah, like, the only thing that can potentially kill me in, like, the entire game. I say while having died, like, twice. It's, like, really unfair. Okay, apparently whatever I did was enough to do it. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. Like, yeah, anyway. They did make Mega Man 9. I'm hoping we get an X8 before too long. I'm kind of wondering what form it'll take, because like I said, they could just as easily just be like... Okay, not yet. They could just very easily be like, you know... Oh, that thing at the, you know, the thing that we hinted was going to be a big problem at the end of X8, we figured it out and we took care of it before this happened, so we can just get on with it being a regular bullcrap Mega Man game. But yeah. Wow, did you know you could do that? Check out my sweet boobs! Okay. Tread carefully. This is mostly a war of attrition. I just gotta kill him, yeah, hit him until he has no more HP. He's not much of a threat to me. It's just a matter of who gets bored first. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, the other thing, yeah, the other series we didn't talk about. Battle Network and Star Force. Battle Network was, yeah, it was actually pretty popular. But yeah, they actually, like, officially ended it. There was, like, 6 mainline games. The last, well, the first 2 were just games. The, games 1, 2, 3, yeah, 2, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Games 3 through 6 had 2 versions. So yeah, that was, yeah. So yeah, there were 6 mainline games, because, like, the versions weren't that different, so I'm gonna just say they're the same. It's like I wouldn't say that there's, you know, that... Like, there's 7 mainline Pokemon games. No, we're up to 8 now. There's 8 mainline Pokemon games. I wouldn't say, oh, there's, you know... What was it? Yeah, I wouldn't count it. You know what? I'm having a bad time trying to explain this, because, like, the more... I'm thinking of it, if we count each gen as games, there's like 8 mainline games. You could count Gen 5 twice because there was Black and White and then Black and White 2, but we wouldn't count Black and White as their own separate games. So it's kind of like that. But there were also several spin-offs to Battle Network. But just, yeah, the 6 mainline ones. And then they ended it at the end. No, you must die! And, like, they ended it so well that... I wouldn't really, like, I heard rumors that they were, you know, gonna come out with, like, a Battle Network thing, and if it's a port or a spin-off, I'd be fine with that. But if it takes place after the end of 6 with the main characters, I'd actually be fairly upset. So there's that. And then with Star Force, it got 3 games. The first game had 3 versions, which was really ballsy, especially for a new property. The second version, yeah, the second game also had 3 versions, but it was kind of weird because there was 2 versions on each game. I'm trying to think, it was like... There was like a dinosaur version, a berserker version, and a ninja version. And I think both versions of the game, there was like a Sarin and, you know, Zerker version, and then there was a Ninja and Zerker version. So that was weird. I wish I would have had the armor! Do I try and use the his weapon? Because the problem with his, you know, like, the weapon that's good against him is... It disappears, like, it's the rolling shield, but if you try throwing it at him and he just hits the... You know what? I might use the damn E-Tank. Yeah, if I had to say there was one stage that was a pain in the ass, it might be this, because Mr. I hit everything around me. And then there's the stinking thing that can insta-kill you. And then there's the other thing. You know what? Like I said, I'll build it back up. I'm pretty sure this will work. Normally I'd be stubborn about it, but... Wait, what the... Did I not get that much back? It was almost a full tank. Ay. And then I didn't think I did enough damage there. But yeah, so there were technically, yeah. The third yeah. Star Force 3 also had 2 versions, and it was just pretty straightforward, 2 versions. Point is, they ended it, and it kind of like, they saved the day, but there was a few floating plot threads making me believe they wanted to do at least one more, but I don't think the interest was there. Like, I got all the upgrades from him. Just was not there. Pretty much. Which, I don't know, I can kind of see it. It was kind of like, you know, it had a lot of similarities to Battle Network, but wasn't quite Battle Network, and I think so many people were attached to Battle Network that it's just like, a lesser version of it just didn't do it, if that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I know a bunch of other people that did too, but, like, that's one of those that if I got the axe, I think there was actually, like, reason for it, so I can't really fault Capcom. Yeah, 7 main series, unless you count, Then there's other Mega Men that aren't really part of, they're just kind of their own thing. Like, there was that Fully Charged, like, show, like, a year ago. And it was, like, one of the things that weirds me out about, like, I don't know. I think it's more just about people. But, like, when people try and act like something happened a longer time ago than it did, because I saw, like, a video on YouTube where it's, like, remember this? Mega Man, fully charged, and I'm just like, dude, they ended the first season midway through the year. I watched through all of it, and, yeah, that was another one. They very much set it up for a second season. Ay. And yeah, I can't say it's one of the weirdest shows I've ever watched. Because there's like there's like a lot of things that don't make sense, right? Well, maybe they make sense at the end now, like, I don't know. They might have explained the one thing I had a problem of, but I, like, went into it, like, the whole premise is that there's this kid named Aki, he's a robot boy man, right? But he has a little man living in his head that'll, you know, like, help him it manages his powers and lets him transform into Mega Man, right? And so, like, at the beginning of the show, like, I go in assuming, like, oh, well, his dad's Dr. Light. Dr. Light gave him, like, Mini-Mega so that he could transform into Mega Man and be a superpower boy, right? And then you find out that Dr. Light is not who gave him the Mini-Mega. Darn it. Oh, I screwed that up. I'll try this a few more times. Whoops. And then it's just confusing, because, like, if Dr. Light didn't give him the power, like, where did the, you know, like, it just strikes me as weird. And, yeah, I don't know. And then there's, like, a lot of other things that it just strikes me as weird, because he has a human sister in there, right? Is it not taking my click-clacks? Well, we'll see. We'll give up, and I might just do this in between episodes, because there's an easier way to do it, but I need Kuwanger himself, his power. Oops. But yeah. Like, so they get rid of Roll in favor of some new character, so it seems almost like they're trying to distance themselves from, like, the regular Mega Man show, and yet then, like, they'll put in a bunch of... You know what, I'm just gonna go. They put in a bunch of, like, you know, when he fights, like, a character, a lot of times he'll have, you know, like, they'll play, like, a new version, like, a new remix of that, you know, guy's theme, pretty much. That doesn't seem fair. He was right in my way. So yeah, it's like, they make a lot of references to the old way of doing things. It makes me think that, like, somebody who was very aware of Mega Man, like, did a lot of stuff with the show, pretty much, is what I get from it. And yet then there's, like, you know, and yet then there's, like, a lot of reasons it's like, this is, like, very, very not Mega Man. Why would you put this in here? So it's just kind of, I don't know. It's a weird system. It's a weird little show. Like, I'm glad I watched it, because, you know, I've experienced it for myself and come to my own conclusions, but it is just one of those things that's like, it's not something I'd recommend to other people, and there's, like, a good part of me that's just like, why does the, you know, like, this show exist? Why does it exist? Oh, I shot it off the screen, therefore it does not exist. Photo finish! Yeah, baby! So yeah, I don't know. And I do wonder if, like, children watch the show where they're like, what's a Mega Man? I don't care. It weirds me out how few people actually know who Mega Man is nowadays, because, like, I remember when I was a kid, like, Mega Man was, like, he wasn't Mario hot, but he was still pretty hot. I still remember, like, I think it was the 15-year anniversary commercials, where they were going around, like, interviewing people, and it had, like, the classic line of, you know, like, they were like, why do you like Mega Man? Why do you like Mega Man? At the end of the commercial, there was this, you know, like, little kid, and they were, like, interviewing him, and he goes, he's called the Blue Bomber because he's blue. And it's just like, okay, that probably wasn't the part of the nickname you needed to describe. But, you know, it was like a real little kid, so it was like, it was cute. Die! Yeah. But yeah, he used to have like such recognition, and now there's like a lot of people that's like, I've never even heard of a Mega Man. And I'm just like, are you freaking serious? He's... Nope. Aye. He's the super fighting robot. Which is another thing that's, yeah, funny to me at least, the Ruby Spears commercial where they made Mega Man like an actual man. And it's like, in the, you know, in the games, he's very clearly a young boy. Okay, this is gonna take a while, I apologize. This thing's just like a bullet sponge. He's not like super hard, it's just a matter of not getting impatient and going for like, you know, like bad moves. Like if you just pay attention, keep him at a certain range, and know his movements, he's super easy, but it takes like a while. Which, I don't know if this is good game design or bad, because there's a part of me that's like, he gives you the armor upgrade. So yeah, like... Oh no. Giving him a ton of just damage he can take, like, makes a lot of sense, and it also shows that you need a lot of patience. I almost think it would have been better if they would have made him so that there was a way to escape him. Because if you can escape him, then it's like, well, are you patient enough to take him on? With this, I mean, if I decide that I don't want to do this anymore, do I reset the game? Do I kill myself? Or do I just say, well, I mean, he's got to be almost dead. Yeah. Ay. You need to die. I need to wrap this one up. You need to die. It's voice acting time, baby! This capsule contains a new type of body armor. It will reduce damage to your system by 50%. Yeah, I feel like I almost should've... I really probably should've came here first, because my gosh, there were so many battles where, you know, like, I was barely pulling out of it okay, and this, like, 50%, I thought that's what it was, but I thought I had to be misremembering it, because my gosh, I get, like, a little bit of an upgrade for, you know, like, my hearts that I'm getting, like, the metal hearts. But this essentially, if I'm taking half damage, this essentially doubles, you know, my HP, which is freaking ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. Don't even talk to me about upgrades. This is like, what, I don't know what's, like, more helpful. This or the boots. Because, like, with the boots, that's, like, so integral to the game, being able to move like that. I am gonna be getting some big health. Oh shoot, he was right there. I kinda saw him, but I didn't get out of the way in time. And I almost got hugged by that guy. I'm just curious, what are my... Yeah, my sub-tanks are getting pretty full. Yeah. In between this episode and the last one, I'll... Oops. I will, I promise, I do solemnly swear, not to get my buttons mixed up, just because I was used to how he controlled as a little man with the controller that I had set up, and now I'm just all mixity-moxity up. Oh, whoops, well, you know what? Okay, the volume's turned loud so I don't have an echo on the mic. Well, the volume's turned low so I don't have an echo on the mic. But yeah, that's... I could just barely hear that I got the thing. Oh. Oh no. Well, now that it's gonna blow up, no one can use it for evil. Yeah, I could use this guy's weakness on him, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm just so strong that I don't need to. The most powerful in the... He's not super hard. Maybe I should just to speed this up. Or maybe I don't need to. I have almost as much HP as those guys. When you consider that I just essentially doubled it, you might even say I have more. Why? I jumped right into it. I'm like, it's gonna come right in there. I, like, jumped to frickin' intercept it. Am I even doing much? Is it much difference between me? Is it seriously only doing... Ay, ay, ay. Alright, fine. You want to know the secret? I need it to go up, that's what. Ay, ay, ay. You know what? We do this piecemeal. Maybe I should only charge it partially. Maybe the problem is it's getting, like, one of the little pinks as opposed to... Yeah, like, my second to last... Yeah, my secondary blast. Well, my level 3 shot, I should say, is more effective than the ay, ay, ay. This game's perfect. How could there be such a glaring flaw where, you know, charging it up all the way is actually worse? Darn it. He's doing, like, nothing to me. And I'm not doing much to him either. I'm just saying, as badly as I'm doing... Yeah, I think the problem is I was shooting him with the frickin' boomers in the air, and if I shoot it on the ground, then they'll flick up. But it doesn't matter because he's dead anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, see my best friend in the whole world, and then I'll go get my stinking upgrades. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what I gave him. Finally, we found Sigma's fortress. Let's go in and put an end to his war against the humans. I don't get a say on this. I'm just like... Blink once if yes.